Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Definitely appreciate the support. We're going to get into another video. This will be part 2 in using the safety midpoint feature. In the first video, I went over using it when you are in a scenario to where you have a good grip on what your opponent likes to do. Maybe they have some core concepts that they like to run, and using this feature may put your defense in a better position to discourage them from running some concepts and encourage them to running concepts where you are trapping them with. Okay, so it's a lot to kind of handle with that one, so definitely go check out that video. But this video, I'm going to use that concept more so in a general way, not in I'm not targeting a specific offense, but I'm going to show you why combining cover 9 with this safety midpoint feature is really good against most people that I play with online. All right, so I go to safety midpoint and I put it on strong. Maybe I'll go into a video on what all that means. And then I go to nickel and I go to cover 9. Okay, and what cover 9 does is it puts the cover 2 side on the strong side of the passing strength of the formation, and it puts the quarter side on the weak side of the passing strength of the formation. Okay, and what you do is against a 2x2 set, right, you want to man up the backside apex and the corner on number 1 weak and number 2 weak, and then you're going to user the backside safety. Okay, now when you're playing in a trips formation, you don't have to make these adjustments because I believe they already check into man. I haven't checked that, but if I'm going off previous Maddens, that's the way it should be. I'm just going to user the backside safety. Maybe I'll make another video on that because there's probably adjustments we can make to optimize the coverage. I'm always trying to figure out ways to optimize the coverage or make it play better based upon what I'm getting on the field. Okay, so why don't we get into the next little clip here. So the reason why, the first video was diving into a totally different aspect. Second video dives into why cover 9 and the strong midpoint feature is really good against people online. It doesn't necessarily have to be trapping Y cross and discouraging Y corner, that sort of thing. The reason why this is so good is because most people, when they on their offense, they are always the majority of the time they are attacking strong side. Okay, and a little tongue twister there. Okay, and what I mean by that is, this would be backside and this would be front side or strong. Okay, a disproportionate amount of the time when they are attacking through the air, they attack strong side. People do not attack backside enough. So when you think about a split field coverage or a split safety coverage, okay, the reason why I love a split safety structured defense is because we get a 3-on-2 on the backside and we get a 4-on-3 on the front side. Okay, this side of the defense is independent of this side of the defense in a true split field coverage. Okay, but if you're always attacking strong side because you are attacking your concepts, or maybe you're just more comfortable with having the numbers on this side of the field, okay, well then why not us on defense, why not we should steal the backside safety and work him across this line here, right, and get him working front side. That way we get a 5-on-3 advantage on the front side. Okay, now a disadvantage for us to do in doing this is now we are 1-on-1 backside. Okay, but if you're not going to punish me for doing this, well then I can get away with playing this steal type coverage where we steal the backside safety. Okay, now with the safety midpoint feature, I believe the way it's programmed is, this would probably be the midpoint down the center. Okay, and obviously this is the strong side, this is weak side. Okay, so when we pick strong side for midpoint, I would assume that they move the midpoint over, and then now the safeties align with that midpoint. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there's more technical thing to it. Why don't I go straight to view mode, because I put on screen where everyone lines up. This is the normal way, and then that's the after the strong side, right? So you can see not only do we play a 5/3 coverage on the front side, but now we are aligning ourselves more so to the strong side to be in better position to attach the routes from the front side. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is we are daring you to attack us backside, but I'm telling you, most players online, if you align here pre-snap and at the snap of the ball, then you start working front side, I mean, they're just not punishing you enough to force you to be honest by keeping the safety on the backside. Okay, so it's a plus for us. All right, so I'll go ahead and play some clips here, and we'll get into some plays. Oh, you know what? I'll go ahead and go over this really quickly. You guys know I'm really bad at this. I've noticed a lot of people go over the match type concepts when it comes to the vert hook. Okay, and the easiest way to understand what's going on with the soft squat and the vertical hook is, I believe he's playing cut on the number 2. Okay, so that's the easiest way to remember it. And cut, essentially what it means is you have cut 2 as a nickel. You have all of the number 2 vertical and back. Back as in back to the ball. So the ball is here. So if this guy goes inside, slant, crossing route, whatever, he's going to man that route man to man. If he goes vertical, you're going to man that route man to man. That's how that works. Okay, and the soft squat, he is playing read 2. So soft squat and vertical hook are like peanut butter and jelly in the game. They work off of one another because they are both reading the number 2. The number 2's route dictates how both of these players are going to play. All right, so if some of you are confused on the vertical hook matching principles that they have in a game, the easiest way to understand it from what I've seen is they are playing cut on the number 2. If number 2 goes vertical or inside, then they match them man to man. But in a situation where the number 2 goes out and we are playing, vert hook matching or cut 2, if this guy goes out, well then the next step in our process is to cut the number 1. All right, so that's the easiest way to remember it. Now, the reason why he's not responsible for 2 going out, and that's why soft squat is so good paired with that vertical hook, is because soft squat is reading the number 2 as well. If 2 goes vertical or inside, then the corner will then play inside trail on the number 1. Okay. However, if the number 2 goes out, then he will man that route man to man. That's how that works. Okay, so and it's really cool because you got a lot of different things going on with these with the vertical hook and the soft squat. All right, so he's playing cut on 2, and he's reading 2, and it works in bunch 2. So what happens here, because the number 1 goes underneath the number 2, like right away within the first 5 yards, well then now he becomes the new number 2, and this guy is the new number 1. It's just how that works. All right, so the way that works is the backer, who's relating to the number 3, he's gonna attach to that flat. Okay, nickel, he's cutting the number 2. So he's the new number 2. Is 2 going inside or vertical? Yes, he is, so he's gonna attach to that. And the corner, who's reading the number 2, right, the new number 2, since he goes inside, he knows that the nickel has him, so then he looks to play man-to-man on the number 1. That's how that works. I know it may seem a little bit confusing, but that's the easiest way to remember it. Vertical hook is playing cut. Corner, when you put him on soft squat, he's reading the number 2. All right, so we'll go ahead and play it, and we'll get a look at how this plays out. I believe he snapped the ball before I was ready. That's okay. All right, so I want you to watch him. He's cutting the number 2. He's going to turn into the new number 1, and this guy's going to be the new number 2. So he comes inside. He's going to attach to that. Corner's going to play, because he's already outside on this corner, he's going to play outside leverage, so that's bagged up. We'll go ahead and play it. And look at that. Nowhere to go. He's going to throw in a double coverage out there. All right, I'm going to try to remember this. So again, look at how, that's why I love this coverage so much, guys. All right, so because it's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, cover 9. Okay, now you have to manually man these two players up. Okay, and then we're going to utilize the backside safety. And again, with that strong side midpoint, look at the front side safety playing outside leverage of the number 2. Okay, and I mean, we're pretty much, hey, look, the middle of the field or the seam is wide open. If you're looking at this, you know, a lot of people may think, hey, let me get a post or a deep crossing pattern with the number 2, especially if we were a little bit more deceptive and pre-snap a line way over here, okay? But a lot of times you may get a little bit nervous of being that wide away, but you can get away with it with the way this guy plays inside leverage man on this if he goes vertical, okay? And would you feel comfortable running a corner route with this guy or deep out with this guy with the safety here? No, right? It's a trap. Okay, and again, 5/3 front side. The way he should attack us is something backside, because that's where he's got his one-on-one. And you know, this could look like a single high coverage as well. I mean, there's a lot of deceptive things going on with this. So okay, if you don't know what's going on, remember he's playing cut on the number 2. If 2 goes vertical or inside, he's gonna man that route man to man. If 2 goes out, then he's looking to cut the number 1 if the number 1 goes inside, okay? Now the only way where he wouldn't cut the 1 is if 1 goes something like this, okay? So he won't take 2 and then, okay, 1's not inside, so then he can zone off and play into the curl area. He should jump this, and the safety should top that. So I don't remember the route combination with this play. We can take a look. Oh, okay, so he ran some motion here, so I'm gonna get a double team here with the 3 rack and a backside player. Okay, look, he goes vertical, right? So now he's gonna play man to man. And because number 2 went vertical, now he mans up to number 1, and everything's backed up here except backside. He should have thrown backside. But again, players online do not attack backside enough to justify us playing honest on the backside. That's why I love playing a coverage like this, guys, especially with that midpoint feature. All right, so here we can take a look at this. Okay, so this is good practice on understanding what's going on with the vert hook and the soft squat. All right, so remember, cut the number 2, read the number 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. But because they intercept right away within the first like 4 or 5 yards, he becomes the new number 2 and he's the new number 1. All right, so nickel is cutting the number 2. Is the number 2 going vertical or inside? Absolutely. So he should match this route man to man, deep half safety. He's reading the number 2. Is the number 2 inside or vertical? Yes, he is. Okay, well then that means I'm playing man to man on the number 1. So he should undercut this man to man. Backer is relating to the 3, so he should flare out with this. We man to man this. So what are we supposed to do as a backside safety user? What we're doing is we are looking to poach front side to collect the vertical of number 2 if he goes inside, but we will see the number 2 go outside, right? Where we have ample help there. So this is where you can kind of buzz down and attack underneath and close the post on an inside dig route. Now I think I was a little bit too late in selecting the backside safety again because I'm pretty trash in the beginning cycle of Madden. Hopefully I stick around for a while, guys. I don't know if I will. Yeah, I was a little late there, but you can take a look. This is the nickel. He's cutting the number 2, and notice because we get that inside release right away, we get a new number 2. 2 is vertical, so he matches. And that soft squat, because number 2 is vertical, he's going to match the outside guy there. Beautiful stuff. And you guys, I think I noticed something. It's funny because me noticing something that I will show you, I think it's in the very next clip, is something that you can actually run to stop flood type concepts. And I didn't even think about it. And it's a coverage I never would have thought about. All right. So anyways, because it's trips, I don't think I have to make this adjustment. I think they automatically check into this when you play cover 9 against a 3x1 set. All right. But again, I'm rusty. I haven't checked this. Going to use this, and we're looking to play vertical routes from the front side. He's cutting the number 2. He's reading the number 2. He's relating to the number 3. All right, so I don't remember what happened here. We'll go ahead and play it. Okay, so I'm reading front side, and right away, when I see this guy come inside, all right, this is where we can kind of try to jump this underneath. Now, he was the vert hook, right? So he's cutting the number 2. Is number 2 inside or vertical? Yes, he is. So that's why he's matching this. And him, you can see, look at how he zone turn almost, right? Why? Because he's looking at the number 2. The 2 dictates what I do as the soft squat. So because he's inside, I know that the vertical hook will take him. So I turn into man on this guy, right? This is how they match in the man coverage based upon what the number 2 does. This guy's relating to the number 3. All right, so I was a little bit late triggering down on this. And I almost picked my own man like an idiot. Right? That's a big play there if the user isn't trash. All right? This is what I'm talking about, guys. Okay. This is beautiful. This might have been, I mean, this is incredible here. I think what's happening here, and I got to test this, guys. Okay? Think about flood concepts. Let's get something where the 3 goes to the flat, this guy corner, and this number 1 outside runs up the field, right? That's where you're attacking all 3 levels of the defense, and it's very hard to stop. And I always had issues with understanding what type of coverage can you run to slow down flood. I always thought flood was like, an easy go-to concept to attack almost any coverage in the game. And I always wondered, what could you do to stop it? Well, number 1, buster. Like cover 2 buster or cover 5 buster is a concept you could run, which is specifically designed to trap that flood type concept. Okay, so I plan on going over what cover 5 buster is all about. Okay, but then doing something like this, I think the way the game has it coded, based upon what I'm seeing here, that vert hook, remember, he's cutting the number 2, but I think in a 3x1 set like this, I think he's playing read 3. And I think the corner is playing read 2. And then this guy is relating to the number 3. And just upon me seeing this and, putting this all together, I'm like, wow, this could really destroy flood type concepts if you had this type of defensive coverage on the field. And the reason why it is, think about it, okay? And let's say he's deep half. All right. If this guy goes out within the first 5 yards, well, I'm reading the 3, right? So if 3 goes out, then I'm going to attack that that flat pattern with outside leverage. So you can't throw that. Okay, so why don't I redraw this because it looks kind of screwed up here. Corner, this guy out here. Okay. So I'm reading the 3. Is 3 out? Yes. So I attack that man to man. Okay. Now I'm relating to the number 3, but if 3 goes out, or maybe he's playing cut on a 3. It's just amazing when you thinking about this. Okay, because 3 doesn't go vertical and he doesn't go inside, so he goes out. So I know that that's taken care of. So now I cut the number 2, right? So now I'm trying to haul ass to play inside leverage on the number 2, which is the corner route, all right? Now, the corner route by the number 2, when he runs out, he's reading the number 2, right? So when 2 goes out on that corner route, well, then I can leak off playing outside leverage. So when you throw that, it's trapped because I have superior leverage on that route. Okay, and I let go of the outside go because we have a deep half safety who should be able to handle that because there is no pressure on him down the field. Why? Because there's only one route attacking him down the field. He's not being split. He doesn't have to midpoint anything, right? So think about it. It's pretty interesting to think about. Cut 3, read 3, read 2. And that would be a shutdown on flood type concepts. It's kind of interesting to think about, but when you do it that way, that's just very interesting. Anyways, I'm probably going to cut a lot of that out because it's just way too long, guys, but it's just so interesting to think about designing a coverage to deal with a particular problem like flood, right? Because if you had that concept in there and you had something like 4 verts, okay, well, what was he again? He was cutting the number 3, okay? So 3 is vertical, so I have him. He's reading the number 3. Is 3 vertical or inside? Yes, so then he's man-to-man on the number 2. He's reading the number 2. Is 2 vertical or inside? Yes, so then he's man-to-man. So it's still, I mean, it checks out even in 4 verts. I could probably draw up a plethora of different route combinations and that logic should be good or sound in structure no matter what, all right? So it's very interesting to think about. Now, the reason why I thought that this was what's going on here is because our apex did a full zone turn as if he's reading the number 3, which is really cool, and we're gonna get an interception here. He's gonna run out, and if he's reading the number 3 on an out, it's a trap, right? So think about the offense here. I mean, you're looking at this, and the way this guy's running up the field, inside leverage, and he's running an out, you're like, okay, this is wide open. This is wide open, and I'm gonna throw this, and what do you know? I'm on the wrong clip, like an idiot. So it's the next clip. The clip after this. I don't remember what happened here with the... Yeah, this is it. This is it. Okay. So, yeah, I'm a little rusty, guys. This is definitely it. Okay, if you're looking at this, I mean, this looks like man-to-man coverage, right? He's running up the field, not really concerned. Now you want to fit this in here. Inside leverage, you're running it out. I mean, it's there, right? But if he's reading the number 3, I would imagine with his head turn, he would have to give a call. Watch what happens here. Look at the whip around interception trap. So I got to check that, guys. I really do think, I mean, hopefully I'm right, where in trips, when you play cover 9, maybe that 3 rack is playing cut on the number 3. The vertical hook is playing read on the number 3. And then obviously our soft squat is playing read on the number 2. That is very interesting. I'll leave it at that. I hope you got something from this video, and I hope you keep coming back for more, man. Peace.